A new warning tonight about the scope of a massive cyber attack that appears to be the work of Russian intelligence.
Highest levels of government scrambling tonight after that massive cyber attack.
The U.S. is under cyber attack.
Russian-linked cyber attack.
Cyber attack.
Cyber attack.
Cyber attack is cyber attack.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Sammy Stocks here, and welcome back to another one of Worm's Weekly Picks. I'm excited to get into the picks. We got some good ones this week, and make sure to stay till then because the last one is an absolute banger. I'm talking double, triple your money easy. But before we get into it, let me give a quick warning so I don't get sued. Look, this is not financial advice. This is gambling. If you want financial advice, talk to a financial advisor, buddy. Rule of thumb, you are not getting solid financial advice from the kid with the Keystone banner in the background and a backwards hat. If you want to go to the casino, you have come to the right place. I'm going to give you guys some risky picks that are also going to give you phenomenal returns. Look, the way we're going to be trading is going to be fun. You'll wake up every morning, your adrenaline pumping, ready for that sweet, sweet dopamine hit when your account's gone up 20% in a day. 100% in a week, or you lost 50% of your investment. But that's the name of the game. We're making fast returns for a lot of money. It's risky, but if you hate making money and don't want to get rich quick, stop watching. If not, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Anyways, let's continue. I got 3 picks for you guys, but first, a little backstory. Back in the despicable year that was 2020, something that I feel went a little under the radar during what was the spectacle of the Trump presidency was perhaps the largest cyber attack that has ever occurred on the United States of America. As you guys may be able to tell from my scary introduction, these picks are gonna be centered around the attack. During mid-2020, Russia or China, depending what side of the political aisles you ask, found a way to break through a private cybersecurity company called SolarWinds. Now, why is this important, you may ask? Well, because SolarWinds just so happens to provide cybersecurity for basically the entire United States government and every freaking US company as well, including Microsoft, NASA, McDonald's, the president's office, Harvard, even Homeland Security got hacked. The agency whose only job is to protect the US from stuff like this can't even protect itself. I mean, government, come on, try a little harder. Basically, the US got dunked on, and now some country has access to basically all of the United States data. The worst part is we have no idea how much has been breached. We're learning every day more and more companies were hacked. We don't even know what they took or maybe implanted. Basically, we still don't even know what happened even though the event occurred in September. The US got wrecked. But in this channel, we make lemons into lemonade because one good thing has come out of this, an opportunity to make some money. This is where our boy Biden comes in. Biden has reportedly made cybersecurity one of his top priorities in the White House, announcing in his first day on office a ton of new cybersecurity appointments and a brand new $10 billion budget going directly towards cybersecurity. That's a lot of dough. Updating the nation's cybersecurity is going to be one of Biden's main focuses for years, with Biden putting it as one of his top priorities during his presidency. The government, private companies will be ramping up their spending to make sure a hack like this can't happen so easily again. Which brings us into our 3 picks for the week, starting with the least risk, least reward, and ending with the most risk, most reward, my personal favorite, the Worm's Weekly Pick. Pick number 1 is pretty obvious. It's any company that is competing with SolarWinds. I know it's pretty boring, but I feel like I have to include it because it cannot go wrong in the next 4 years. Our cybersecurity infrastructure sucks balls right now, and there is going to be a lot of spending and investment coming its way. I'm not going to give any picks for a company in particular for this one because there's just so many and they're really easy to find. But I really do recommend this if you're looking for some solid gains that are relatively safe. Do some research into cybersecurity companies because the future for most of them are looking bright. And now for pick number 2. It's a really, really good gamble. It is SolarWinds. I know after what I just said, this sounds like a stupid idiot move, but hear me out a little bit. SolarWinds released their earnings report last week, and still, after suffering some of the worst PR in history, imagine having your company that is a cybersecurity company known for the worst hack in history. It still beat analyst expectations. This is because at the end of the day, SolarWinds is a good company. They know how to turn a profit by underpaying their coders to write mediocre software, selling it for high prices, and making as much money as possible. And even though this hack has their name plastered all over it, we're learning that SolarWinds wasn't the only cybersecurity company that was hacked. In fact, another cybersecurity company that had itself compromised by the hack was FireEye. However, when FireEye found out about the hack, they reported it immediately, which actually led to a record spike in the stock's price. As investors saw this as trustworthiness and immediate response, there's a really strange relationship between the company's stock prices. As you can see, with FireEye jumping from $14 to $24 and SolarWinds dropping from $24 to $14. SolarWinds now lies around $16. If it were to return to its previous price of around $24, that would represent a gain of 70%, and there's a really good chance it does. SolarWinds is a massive company. Even with this massive scandal, I do not think this is going to be enough to beat down SolarWinds. It has a very good opportunity to use this as a comeback moment, a period of time where it will invest heavily into software and recover its tarnished reputation. It has a good business model and is undervalued for the earnings it is reporting. And look, at the end of the day, in a year or two, all of us are going to forget about this hack. I think that this is a really, really good opportunity to buy the dip. Now, what I've been holding off, my favorite pick of the week, the Worms Weekly Pick. This pick goes out to SCVX. This stock has an opportunity for some insane returns over the coming months. I'm talking double, triple, even quadruple your money. Let me explain. SCVX is not a real company, rather a SPAC. Now, some of you may be asking, what the hell does that mean? Well, basically, a SPAC is an alternative way to take your company public besides a traditional IPO. This is a company whose only purpose is to acquire another company so they can take that company public without having to go through the IPO process. Currently, some SPACs have led to crazy returns, such as Churchill Capital SPAC, which rose from a price of around $10 in January to a peak of $58 last week. This is because of the hype around the company they were going to acquire. Lucid Motors, an electric vehicle company. SPAC price increases rely on the hype around the company that a SPAC will merge with. In the case of the Churchill Capital Lucid Motors SPAC merge, there's a ton of hype around Lucid Motors because of the fact it was an electric vehicle company. It's a sexy stock. It's a really hot industry. So Churchill Capital, the company that would be acquiring Lucid Motors, dramatically rose. And I think we can see the same thing with SCVX. SCVX is going to be a killer SPAC. SPACs are on fire right now. They've been an increasingly popular way to take a company public and have seen some insane returns as mentioned earlier. Cybersecurity companies are also on fire right now, and they're going to continue to flourish under the Biden presidency. SCVX is going to be the first ever SPAC to acquire a cybersecurity company. This seems like a no-brainer to me. They've also said that they're going to acquire a company that is a game changer for the industry. SCVX has said they're in the 9th inning of selecting a company. And I think that if they select the right one, this thing is going to fly. So make sure to buy. That's it for the video, guys. If you like making money, make sure to subscribe for some more weekly picks. Also, like the video and drop in the comments any other stocks you think I should mention or take a look into for the next weekly pick. Peace out, guys.